Hi all, quite a while since I filmed a video. It's August 10th-ish. Figured I would give a status update. Yeah, lots has been growing here. I have done almost no weeding this summer, so like right here, absolutely disgusting. You're gonna see a lot of that around. It is what it is. I have given up. But everything is flourishing as well, so that's good. I have 2 tomatillo plants this year instead of 12, and they're huge. We've been getting a ton of beets. These are white beets. I have 5 or 6 different varieties of beets. Very, very few of the carrots ever ended up coming up. Onions are about ready to harvest. This is a beet patch over here. Here's some okra. I like okra. Sarah does not, so I have a few plants, but yeah, it goes well in soups, I think. Instead of tomatillos, I did a patch of Roma and San Marzano tomatoes that are all determinate, so all the fruit is going to ripen up at once towards the end of the season. These are getting way overgrown. I haven't maintained them the same way I usually do, but lots of good-looking fruit is starting to come. Yeah, they're happy. They're happy. Let me go around to the other side. Ooh, wet. This is the cherry tomato patch. Lots coming up here. I'm enjoying these black strawberry tomatoes. I don't think they taste that good. They kind of get pinkish when they get ripe. I went through and harvested all these recently. But they're pretty. I like pretty. The dragon tongue beans have been very good for us this year. I've already harvested everything on this patch once. This is about 4 days of growth. There are tons more in there. I'm ready to harvest them again, so it's been really productive. This everleaf basil, ooh, huge grasshopper. This everleaf basil has not bolted all summer, which is really nice. I'm really happy with that. The pole beans didn't come up, no idea why. So basically all I have are these bush beans for beans, but that's okay. I like the bush beans. Cucumber trellis has been putting out hard and heavy for quite a while. Let's see, I come through and harvest a few times a week. So there are a few odds and ends in there that are way too big. Like that guy is too big. That guy is way too big. Here, I should probably just pull this thing out now. They get bitter when they get that big. Well, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it now I harvested. I'm making a video. I like the Bueno Mulata peppers, the purple peppers, purple cayennes. They're very pretty, and that's been productive for us as well. Here's down in there. These are the Hatch chilies, the Hatch Big Jims. They're coming along, but they're not ready yet. Not sure what these are, can't remember. Lots of jalapenos have come out, lots of shishitos have come out. And then there's some more bush beans back there that is just getting started. Because I succession planted them. Let me see here. We've been eating a whole lot of kale and soups. I only planted, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 kale plants this year. It's perfect for our needs. We don't need any more. Ooh, honeybee. Not sure if you can see or not, but honeybee. Hanging out, drinking water from the... Ooh, gotta pull this guy. Drinking water after I just sprinkled from the kale leaf. So that's pretty well the annual side. The blackberries are not putting out berries. It didn't survive well enough, enough of the old growth didn't survive over the winter, but the raspberries are putting on a ton of fruit. We're going to have a lot soon. I've already cut back the comfrey once and thrown it in the compost pile. The compost pile looks a little different. It was as tall as it is now, but across this whole thing, I managed to push it all over to one side, layer comfrey into it, and we've gotten a lot of rain on it. So it's composted down really quickly with the comfrey additive. Even so, a lot of what's left there are sticks and stuff that are slower to break down, but it's okay. Had a very poor year for strawberries. I'm not sure why the strawberries don't like it, but they don't like it. The squash is struggling this year too, it seems. I'm not entirely sure why. We do have little bits and pieces, like little bits of squash here and there for the summer squash, but not nearly as much as I would have expected. Last couple of years, these plants have been 3 or 4 times their size by this point in the year. But we have little figs. Little figs coming out of the fig tree. So, you know, I was not expecting this to really ever put fruit on. I was kind of hopeful, but I was skeptical because it's not really made for this climate. But we will have figs from this, so that's heartening. And it looks like quite a few. This is the Pink Lady apple tree. And we have 3 small apples here. So our first year of apples, just a little bit. This is a red Bartlett pear, 1 pear. That's about the extent of what we're getting on the trees, but it's nice to see them to start finally putting on some fruit. We didn't get cherries off the cherry tree, but we did get them off of the cherry bush. And then back here, lots and lots of bindweed. I'm gonna have to get a mite to eat it. I just can't fight this stuff anymore. Been getting huge flushes of this kind of mushroom. No idea what it is. I think it's shiitake, but I don't know it well enough to want to eat it. This was supposed to be acorn squash. It is apparently not. Or if it is, it's crossbred. It's supposed to be the same kind I grew last year that looked, looked the same. Looked like a regular table acorn squash, and these are growing orange. So this got cross-pollinated with something. The spaghetti squash is starting to grow out. That one's doing really well. The winter squash seems to be doing really well this year. I can't remember what this one's called, but this one ends up being about a 10 or 15 pound pumpkin that keeps that square boxy shape. This is delicata. Lots of delicata there. I stuck delicata kind of everywhere because I've had a hard time with it, but all that came up this year was delicata, so we are going to have plenty. This is a blue Hubbard. You guys know how I love my blue Hubbard. This is a kind of pumpkin over here, and then more delicata. The asparagus, well, it's starting to put on berries in a couple of spots here, so it's starting to get more mature. You don't really want it to put on berries, but it doesn't hurt anything. It's just, it takes some energy away from the roots, so it takes longer for it to mature, and you don't get quite as much per planting where it pollinates itself. Usually you want to grow all males instead of any females, but it's okay that it got cross-pollinated a little. These mushroom logs have been sitting out here for a long time, and it's not what I planted in it that's coming out as mushrooms. I'm not sure why. But I think that may have been a dud, unfortunately. So those are going to get buried somewhere and become nice fertilizer. I have lots of weeding back here to do, unfortunately. This is not happy back here. We'll see if it gets done. I think I may just get a weed whacker, and instead of going through and trying to hand pull, just come through and weed whack everything, just to chop it back some, except for the bindweed. That I'm just going to get a predatory mite that'll eat it. Front of the house is looking good too, but I don't really want to go out there today. It's getting warm again. The sun's back out. So I think that will do it for me. Thank you much, and take care, y'all.